I'm going on a road trip soon, and I want to show you some of the things I do to prepare. I like to dehydrate fruit. So right here, I got my strawberries, apples, I got some pineapple I'm almost finished with. Gotta put some of that on there. And I got a little dehydrator outside that I dry up the fruits, and then it's easier to pack in. It's a lot smaller, a lot lighter. And actually it gets a little sweeter because you condense the sugars in the fruit. Here is my dehydrator right here, and here's some of the fruits. I just started, so they're not really dried up very much. Obviously, you know, dehydrators are fairly simple. This thing is probably from the 70s or 80s. I think it was a hand-me-down, and I don't think it was ever used. And so here it is. Easy box, plug it in, set the temperature, and that's it. Here's my finished product. So I got a bunch of strawberries there, got some pineapple, some apples and strawberries. Now I'm going to put them all in a bag. Then I'm going to cut up more, redo it, and I will have a lot of fruit when I go camping. Road trip time. We got the car all loaded. I'm not going to go over the details of everything I got loaded, but I got my camping gear, got a target for my bow and arrow, got some guns, and I'm going to have Lila in there in a second. Of course, I got food and anything else that I need. It's time to get this road trip on. Going to Colorado first, going to camp a couple nights, and then we're going to Kansas, going to do some farming. Got a fire north of Phoenix. I think there's like 3 fires in Arizona, but this one's just north of Phoenix. Okay, we've been on the road only like a couple hours, but we stopped to take a leak and check out the scenery. Yep, there it is. Check out that sunset. Oh, right behind it. Pretty beautiful. We're not even close. Probably got 5 hours to go, and it's already sunset, so it'll be a late night. Time is irrelevant. It's gonna be fun. So it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. We made it to the trailhead. Lila's really excited to probably go hunting, and we got a 1.5 mile hike. Then we're gonna set up tent, and tomorrow morning we'll wake up in a beautiful oasis. There is one vehicle here, so I'm guessing somebody else is camping by the hot springs, but whatever, share the forest. Can't beat a night hike. I don't suggest you doing this unless you know where you're going, but it's beautiful, it's quiet, the stars are out. A dog. There she is, maybe. Lila. There she is. Oh, and she's gone into the abyss. Well, we made it. Lila. And we found the hot springs. Here's the hot spring. They're all up and down here, really. All these pools. I hope you can see it. Alright, Lila and I chilling in the hot spring. Check out Lila. She is comfortable. Give you a little view of where we're at. This is the San Juan National Forest. It is gorgeous. Got a beautiful river. Got Lila chilling in the hot spring. She approves. And there's even a little mountain out there. This river is great, good for trout fishing, good for a lot of things. But yep, A+, can't beat it. This is the Piedra River Hot Springs is what this is called. There's a bunch of them really. There's this one looks a little rough. This is one, the one we're standing in, and there's a bunch of them all along here. The rocks are made up, you know, they put circles around them, and then they fill up with hot water, and then you can sit in them. I get in last night, and then this morning I go to feed Lila, and I pick up her bag, and I see that there's some holes in it. And I'm like, man, I think something poked a hole when I was carrying it. And then I look over here on my bag, my rucksack, I got a hole here too. And I'm like, how did I get a hole there and a hole there? Well, I realize now that I had a mouse. A mouse smelled Lila's food, and then it ate through my rucksack, and then ate through my this bag, plastic bag, and ate Lila's food. That obviously I screwed up, and I need a food bag, so I need to go get a food bag. Those are nice. They'll seal up real nice and tight, but a mouse will still eat through a lot of things. So it's just learning lessons of camping. You gotta watch out for the mice and the bears, but it doesn't matter. I'm out here at this beautiful spot. Check this out. Gorgeous Piedra River in Colorado. Well, there you have it. Piedra River Hot Springs. There's quite a few people around, but it is a cool place to go. So if you get a chance, it's a thumbs up. All right, we're headed into the woods. It's getting late. It's going to be a night hike. In the morning, we'll be at the hot springs once again. Mosquitoes be getting me. I forgot my bug spray. Don't forget your bug spray. I'm going to be bit up tomorrow. Oof. These mosquitoes are crazy. I forgot what it's like to be in Colorado, you know? Whew, the first mile of this hike is pretty crazy, but then it levels out and it's not too bad. Check out this thing. Yeah, way up here. I know they say hiking at night is not good, but in some ways I disagree, because when you hike at night, you don't have to worry about the sun burning your skin or overheating. You can hike in a nice cool area. You just got to take a picture of the map before you go. There's apps that can do that, and that way you can track your footsteps and where you go. And hiking at night I enjoy it better than the day. There's less traffic, and you know, if you know how to set up your camp, a good headlight, you can, you know, just bring a spare just in case. But yeah, it's enjoyable, it's cool, it's nice, and it's not going to be a big deal setting up camp and then finding your location in the morning, or finding it tonight if everything goes well. Yep. Can't beat it. got old hot springs here. This is Rainbow Hot Springs. It's called Rainbow Hot Springs because of the colors of the moss coming down, and it comes out the rock up top, and then you can see it makes a pool. It's probably 100 degrees or so, give or take. It's really nice. I was in it this morning, and then you got the river right here. But there's a lot of avalanche disaster. All them logs over there, all avalanche. If you look around, it's hard to see from way down here, but up above, there's a tremendous amount of trees that are down because there was a fire, and then the snow hits, and then it causes avalanches. So be aware of that. You even have to cross an avalanche gully to get here on the trail. So there are a lot of avalanches here at Rainbow Hot Springs, but it's well worth the trip. It's 5 miles, about a little over 5.5 actually, and it's not an easy trip. It's not easy at all. It's straight uphill and it's hard. Feels like 10 miles to be honest with you, but it's about 5.5, 6 miles to get to the springs. I see you, Robin. I see you. There you are, little birdie. What you doing, Robin? I think it's a robin, maybe it's not. Now he's looking at me. And I'm videotaping you. Looks like an afternoon storm rolled in. Just gotta hang out in the tent. This is a good chance to try out my selfie stick. Ooh. We're gonna take a walk. We're gonna scope it out. Got my binos here. I got Lila over there. I don't know if you can see her. And so we're gonna check to see if we can see any animals up high, up at the rocks. And we're gonna look for there's another hot spring up here we're gonna check out. And then we might just hike a little ways and just see what's on the other side of the trail. But we got some beautiful stuff here. Got the river there, the mountain. Where's my dog? Lila! Oh, I see her. She's hunting. She's doing her thing. All right, I'm gonna cross this river here to check out this hot springs. I got my combat boots on, so hopefully I don't get too much water in them. And here we go. Another hot springs. I read this one online. It was really good. Oh yeah, it's super warm. It'd be good at night. This might be a good one to go to at night under the stars. And then here's a little runoff. Usually you don't sit in the runoff. It's not big enough or too mossy. But then the water just goes into the river. Very beautiful, very cool spot. We're gonna keep on going up the river though and see what we can find. I'm looking for wildlife, so hopefully I find a little wildlife. I don't know. I feel like the king up here. Look at all this. It's crazy beautiful. If I die drinking this water, it was worth it. Prevent forest fires, that's what we're all about. No forest fires. Forest fires are bad because it killed all the trees and then avalanches started. This is what an avalanche looks like. It just took all the ground with it and all the trees and made a big old divot in the earth. So we gotta make sure we take care of our forest, make sure we don't start fires. Remember what Smokey the Bear taught you. Prevent forest fires. Okay, I never had a fire. I camped all weekend with no fire, and I'm fine with that. There's other things you can do. Nice little view of snow melt. That fire and then them avalanches. This place is slowly recovering. It takes years for a forest to recover. A lot of years. Look at this. Good looking snow melt. So just to do a recap of what I did, I went to Piedra Hot Springs first, and it's like a 1.5 mile hike, and it was good, and it's beautiful, but it was very active. There's a lot of people there. The less the hike, the more people that's going to be there. Nothing wrong with people, but it's more like a day at the beach where you have, you know, kids and families and people like that. I just kind of wanted to get more secluded, so I came out here to a place called Rainbow Hot Springs, and it's a much harder hike, but the problem with this place is it got damaged due to fire and avalanche. So the fires and the avalanche really made this place quite barren. There's a lot of trees down, as you can see, but there's still some beauty to it. Look at this waterfall up here. There we go. Now you can see the little waterfall. So you still got beautiful waterfalls and snow melt and things like that. But the problem is that, you know, it was just damaged through that fire, and it takes a lot of years. It's probably 10, 15 years ago that fire happened, and it's going to take a lot of years for it to recover. It was great. It was great to get my camping skills on. You gotta camp to get better at camping. About what you take, what you don't take. You try to minimize your weight while adding things that you need. Really, food and water should be the biggest thing. Get a tent, sleeping bag, and some clothes. You know, a water filtration, you know, system. But all in all, my next trip I'm going to make a little more secluded, a little more in the middle of nowhere. This one was good, but like I said, there's not as much wildlife here because of the burn. I was looking for bears. I went and hiked up the trail quite a ways. I was looking for elk. I was looking for any kind of big game I could find, and I came up with nothing. And it's one of them things that you got to keep trying, you know. So it was a good test just to get my skills sharp, but all in all, I need to find somewhere that's a little more secluded, and I'm looking for that big game, some good wildlife. But it's a good hike. It's a good experience. I don't regret it, and I hope you enjoyed it. And you know, you get to see things like this little stream coming through, and all the way up to the big waterfall up here. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that this is exactly what you're looking for. Look at that thing. That looks cool. Come down, snow melt, and then it comes all the way down to here, to this water. down to the river.